he brought to Crystal Palace?
Well, he's a very intelligent guy, very astute. You know, he's very determined and very ambitious. He knows his football. You know, he'll get hold of the team, he'll get hold of his players, and he'll get the best out of them. And it's wonderful to see some stability at Crystal Palace, because they get rid of their manager. You know, they change them so often. And really, Simon Jordan has got in Ian Dowie someone who can really take this club forward. And it's so important that they get in these playoffs, or they try and get up this season. After going down last year, you know, the infrastructure's there, the momentum's there, and it's important they don't lose that and they carry on from here.
OK, let's hear from Ian Dowie now. He's with Greg Whelan.
Ian, your recent form suggests that you could give this Reading side as good a game as anybody tonight. Is that your belief?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I felt we gave him a very good game up there. You know, a few things didn't transpire the right way, but you know, Steve's got a fantastic side. You know, they're fantastic position in the league and deserve to be. They've got a good spirit. I've watched them a few times on DVD and watched them personally. They've got a good work ethic going. So it's going to be a very hard game. I think Steve's under no illusions that it'll be a hard game for them too. So it's a great game and probably a game against the two form sides in the league at the moment.
You made reference to that game at the Medeski back in September. You were unfortunate to lose. You were winning in that game at the time. Is that in your players' thinking tonight? No,
I think you got to treat each game. I mean, should that have a little bit of fire in their belly? Should it give them a little bit of a bitter taste? Of course it should. You never want to lose games. But, you know, we feel that we've got to focus on our game plan tonight. It's very much about how we play and how we approach the game. Of course, they've got strengths that we're very aware of, and we've paid them the ultimate respect like we do to all sides. But we've got to make sure that we play our game, because when we play, we're a match for most sides. And we're looking forward to it. It should be a great game and, you know, two very good sides.
You yourselves are the best team form-wise in the Championship at the moment. What do you put that down to?
Well, bit of hard work, bit of togetherness. The spirit's been very good for the last 6 or 7 games. You know, although you know we got beat at Plymouth, we played okay there. You know, we didn't, you know, without creating things. So we've had some good displays from the Wolves game onwards. We feel we've got togetherness. We feel we've got belief. The squad's starting to, you know, gel together and have that fluency that we had in last year and certainly the previous season. So we'll see how it goes tonight. It's the ultimate test for us tonight, and you know, they're where they are, and they are the best side in the league, because the league table doesn't lie. So we'll see what happens at the end of the game.
Thanks very much.
Pleasure.
Reading players were saying during the week, we've forgotten how it feels to lose. Do you think they might get a reminder tonight? Is it possible?
I have actually got a funny feeling it will be. My sort of head saying it will be a draw, but my heart saying that Palace are going to get a result tonight. And in a way, it'd be nice for Reading to get it over and done with, you know, to get beat by some way. I think, so from a league point of view, I think Palace need the points more. But certainly, the way Reading are playing, every time they've been asked a question, whether it's Wolves away or whoever, they come through with flying colours and they just keep marching on and marching on. And it's just awesome. And it must, you know, they must want to pinch themselves and say, what is going on? You know, even 2-0 down in the week against West Brom, playing well, and they were able to dig deep and produce something. And, you know, when you're in that form, you just can't go against them.
But by the same token, they haven't really met a team in the form Crystal Palace are in.
Exactly. And the thing is, I honestly believe Palace haven't played at their best yet. I think when they're at their best, they are certainly one of the best teams in this league, one of the top 2 or 3. And certainly they feel as though there's a lot more to come from this side. If they can get on a roll, then certainly automatic promotion is possible.
It's a great test, brilliant game. The motto in football is do unto others before they do it to you. Tonight, the juggernauts collide. Chris Kamara, Bill Leslie.
Thank you, George. Well, the chasing Championship pack just keep looking for a slip. But every question that's been asked of Reading recently has been answered, and then some. The promotion credentials of Steve Coppell's side continue to look nothing short of impeccable. But there is a massive question to be asked here in South East London tonight. Crystal Palace are the informed side over the last month or so. 5 wins out of 5 in the Championship. But it has been 5 months since Reading last tasted league defeat. There's a feeling around the Palace tonight that they fancy their chances of ending that Reading run. The Royals, though, look unstoppable. Something has to give at Selhurst tonight. Fitzhall is back from suspension for Palace tonight after missing the last 2 matches. That prompts a defensive reshuffle with Gary Borrowdale missing out. Reading-born Tom Sawes is fit to return to midfield at the expense of Wayne Andrews, while John Macken starts consecutive games up front for the first time since September. He keeps Clinton Morrison and Dougie Freedman on the bench. A midweek FA Cup comeback against West Bromwich Albion was a terrific way to prepare for this game for Reading, particularly for Leroy Lita, who picked up his first hat-trick for the club. But the £1 million striker misses out tonight. He's among 7 changes from the side that started midweek. Not bad, I suppose, to be able to recall the division's most productive partnership of Kevin Doyle and Dave Kitson, and the Championship's most miserly goalkeeper, Marcus Hanneman. Former Palace man Glenn Mittel is also among those returning, as is the big centre-half Ibrahima Sonko, who scored against Palace earlier this season in the 3-2 win at the Medeski.
Well, Ian Dowie's back five have got to be solid tonight. He'll know that. His goalkeeper's decent on his day, takes chances. That's the only thing you would say. And Reading are good at set plays. Along the back, Fitzall have his hands full with Convey on that left-hand side, and Boyce with Little out on the right. Up front, they'll be trying to keep Kitson and Doyle very, very quiet. That's Ward and Hudson. In midfield, they're a match. They certainly are. Soares, Watson, Hughes and McAnuff. There's got as much energy and vitality as the Reading midfield, and it's up front where they've got that extra little bit special. Andy Johnson, well, say no more, he is top class. As far as Reading are concerned tonight, they play without pressure. It's easy for them now in a certain way. They have to just keep their standards going. They don't worry about the opposition anymore. They've been solid at the back all season. Ingemarson and Sonko and the big goalkeeper behind them, very, very strong. Murty and Shorey don't mind joining in because they know their teamwork. Little will tuck back in, Convey will tuck back in on that left-hand side. In midfield, Sidwell can do the lot. He can pass, he can tackle. Harper's not too far behind him, but Sidwell just has the edge in there. Up front, Kitson improving every time you see him, and Doyle, probably one of the finds of the season.
A colourful night at the Palace for a very special royal appointment. The big names are here to witness what is a Championship classic in prospect. Well, you never want to tempt fate on these occasions, but there's plenty of firepower out there tonight. Andrew Johnson getting back to his best for Palace at just the right time for their promotion push. He's scored in 3 of his last 4 games, but says the best is still to come.
Well, he doesn't do it very often, Sven, but coming down to this level to watch Andy Johnson just goes to show that if you do play in the Championship, you still stand a chance of playing for England.
No one in the Championship has more goals than Dave Kitson. He's just part of this wonderful Reading Express that looks destined for the Premiership. All season they have taken some stopping, but Palace of late have new belief, new momentum. 6 wins in their last 6 games in all competitions, including the FA Cup. It's a wonderful contest in prospect in southeast London. It's Ward with the first touch for Palace, and back to Gabor Kirai. Palace felt more than hard done by their defeat at the Medeski earlier on this season, 3-2. Reading edged it a spectacular from Leroy Lita as well. Ian Dowie was sent from the touchline and served a subsequent ban after his comments to the referee and the officials. You just sense he feels there's a little bit of a score to be settled from that day. Andrew Johnson closed very quickly by 3 blue and white Reading players. Here's Harper. A chase for Doyle. And Fitzall. It's going to be a real battle in that midfield area, and there's the first challenge of note. Sidwell in on the Palace captain, Hughes.
Well, he can tackle Sidwell, but he just mistimes this one. If you watch the legs, they're just a little bit splayed. The left leg follows the right.
This is Fitzall. Recently had a 2-game rest, courtesy of 10 yellow cards already this season. Puts him up at the top of the booking count in the Championship. Johnson, Macken. It's the preferred strike partnership for Ian Dowie at the moment. But both these clubs with real options up front, with the return to fitness of Leroy Lita in sensational style in the midweek comeback over West Bromwich Albion in the FA Cup.
Well, they can throw them, Fitzall. Hoping to put them under pressure almost immediately.
Plenty of length on that one. And Sonko, he will be called into plenty of action from those sort of positions tonight, you think?
It's a long throw, just not directed. Well, it's important for Palace that they get off to a good start. They need to put a doubt in Reading's mind, make them feel uncomfortable.
Hooked away by Ward. That's Nicky Shorey. Soares. And Hughes. Tom Soares, who was born in Reading. Now Ben Watson. Hughes looks for Johnson. Now this is Kitson. Not the full force of that challenge, and a Reading free kick is the result.
Well, it's a great little touch because Boyce is always going to get this, and he's going away from him. Kitson, and he just gets a touch. Defender then can't get out of the way. A lot of confidence about Reading, though. They haven't settled yet. It's early, a few minutes into the game, but when they do settle, if Palace allow them to, they'll show them how good they are.
It'll be their captain, Murty, seeking Kitson. It's away by Ward, and on by Hughes. Johnson hunting down, and he has an opening. Andrew Johnson for Palace. And that is why Hanneman is knocking on the door of the American international setup.
Well, it's a nightmare pass from Harper. Just watch this from Harper. Don't know what he's looking at. He plays Andy Johnson in, but watch the goalkeeper. Wait, as long as you can. Stay and wait for the striker to make the opportunity, and then he just knocks it in between his legs. Andy Johnson will feel he should have scored.
The first battle between one of the top strikers in this division and one of the top keepers. Here's Palace's first corner. And the header from Macken is over.
Well, I'm surprised he didn't take it. He had enough opportunity, he looked, he sized the goalkeeper up. Just look at him now, the goalkeeper just slipped for a second as well, but spread himself well enough.
Well, if anyone can score against this mean, miserly Reading defence, Andrew Johnson has the capabilities. Just 5 league goals they have shipped away from home. That is the same as the Premiership pace-setters and champions Chelsea. A lively start to this well-anticipated encounter.
Well, the England manager's here to see him. He'd have been hoping that he popped that one in the back of the net, because you get chances within the Championship, you have to score them, because if you get the same chances at international level, you've got to put them away, and he'll be thinking, if he can't do it at this level, then I need to look elsewhere.
Well, it was against Reading that Andrew Johnson picked up the injury, which has meant that his season has been an interrupted one. He did make one comeback, but since then, it's only really been in the last 6 weeks or so that he's been able to establish a run in the side once more. This is Doyle, kept his feet well, and looked for Kitson. It's comfortable for Kirai. Macken is the target. There are problems for Nicky Shorey, but one that he is able to overcome. Kirai a long way out of his goal. Palace keep hold of possession. Another chase for Johnson against Sonko.
Just a little bit loose on Andy Johnson at the moment. He's just managing to find little bits of space in between the two centre-backs.
One of the features of Reading's play this season has been the way that the wide men have been able to provide the ammunition for the strikers. Bobby Convey, the American, on one side, and Glenn Little, the former Crystal Palace trainee, on the other. They are both up against big, physical full-backs. Fitzhall, who's played much of the season at centre-half, much of his career at centre-half, and Emerson Boyce on the other side.
Just dropping lovely balls into the corners and making the Reading players defend.
This is Watson. Well shepherded by James Harper. "25 points the gaps between the leaders and Palace, who kick off tonight in 5th in the Championship. Here's Hughes. Sonko got a nudge, it'll be a free kick. John Macken penalised. "16 years in 4 spells he was a manager here. The term legend is well overused, but at this club Steve Cottle is certainly that. Twice he took Crystal Palace through the playoffs to promotion to the top flight. Now he looks to do it with Reading. And so far, so very, very good for the Royals this season. "28 games unbeaten. And unbeaten away from home all campaign."
It's not a bad start from Crystal Palace. Now he'll be quite happy at the moment. As the home side, they're expected to make chances. Certainly start the better. Put the away side under pressure. They've done that.
Just searching ball from Karai. Macken was the target. Well won by Hughes. Reading able to clear only as far as Ben Watson. Now Hughes. On by Boyce.
Second best at the moment. Harper, Sidwell in that midfield, just not getting their challenges in properly. Another missed time challenge from Sidwell. Good refereeing from the referee, actually, Mr. Kettle, because he tried to play the advantage initially.
Yet to have a yellow card in the opening 9 minutes, but Trevor Kettle, no referee has given more yellow cards than him in the Championship this season. He's given Palace this free kick. Hughes glanced on by Hall, but straight at Hanneman.
Difficult to generate power from that ball. You have to put the power on the ball with your head, and couldn't get enough on it there, Fitzhall.
Still looking for his first goal of the season, Fitzhall. This is Johnson. Now McAnuff. Here's Kitson. Moving forward with menace. Lovely ball to Harper. The block was provided by Ward. But it's Reading who are just trying to turn the screw a little bit. Here's Shorey. Lovely threaded ball through to Convey. Here's the cross. There's the save from Kirai, spilled, but a free kick after Kitson and Doyle stole in.
What a brilliant ball. This is magnificent. Let's look at this ball. Goalkeeper stays on his line. It's tempting for Doyle. You can't blame Doyle. He's got to go in there. He's got to make a chance to try and get the ball. He sticks his leg out. He is a little bit late, but it was there for the taking. Goalkeeper got it first, though.
The first time that Doyle has got in the thick of things. Here's Johnson, there's space for him again. You don't want to be giving him that. And Sidwell remedies the situation. The shot from Macken is saved.
It's one of those, if it goes in, is Andy Johnson offside? We'll never know at this moment in time, but just watch him, he just goes in front.
Palace battling well all over the field. This is McAnuff. Boyce looks to offer support. Johnson and Hughes await in the centre. This is Boyce. Johnson attacked it really well and has won the corner kick.
Well, we're seeing some really good crosses early on in this game. Comby with the first one. Emerson Boyce down that left-hand side, just trying to put it into that position in between the defenders and the goalkeeper. Gives Sonko his credit.
Palace have started like a side that have won their last 5 league games. Ian Dowie before this one saying, "Don't rest on your laurels, boys. We want 6 more wins to go on the back of this." And we'll have another corner after Watson saw it just go narrowly behind off a Reading defender.
They're just pinning their men. Crystal Palace just getting their markers, trying to stand in front of them and hold them, and just knock the ball into that area, and the slightest of touches will send it in.
A looping one, which Ward can look to get back across the face of goal, and only loop into the roof of the net.
Well, it was nearly clever. It was nearly clever, just when everybody's nice and tight at the near post, let's just vary it to the one at the far post that they're not expecting. Lots of ideas, very thoughtful on the game. Ian Dowie, always open to new ideas.
They'll be looking to end something of a barren spell against Reading. Palace have only won 1 of the last 5 meetings against the side from up the M4. Here comes the American Express that is Convey. Another great cross, and that was a tremendous piece of defending. It needed to be.
Well, it is from Hudson, but I just think Kitson, just take a chance, take an opportunity. He's with Hudson, just slide. When that ball goes there, just throw yourself. You can see his anguish afterwards that maybe he thought he should have done that.
Boyce it was who rose highest for Crystal Palace.
Well, what about the balls that Convey's putting into the box? No wonder they're scoring bags of goals.
This is Glenn Little. Another testing cross. Sidwell blocked away by Boyce.
And it's a fresh air shot from Kitson. Got 2 great feet.
Reading will look again. Hooked away by Watson. Only as far as Nicky Shorey. Little now. He'll try his luck down the left once more. The first time that Reading's crossing has disappointed in any way.
Yeah, it is, but it's a brilliant cross in the first place from Glenn Little. Another beautiful cross just towards Kitson, and it's a fresh air shot. Just goes past his left foot. Can't complain at the quality from the wide. Just misses it.
13 league goals in 19 league appearances. He is the championship hotshot.
Just getting into their stride now, Reading. That doubt that Crystal Palace put into their mind in the first few minutes has been reversed, and all of a sudden you fancy Reading to score.
Soars. Johnson's made his move. Soars looked inside for Macken. Long throw time from Fitzhall, who ambles forward. This will be another one into the heart of the Reading defence, you would think. Sonko underneath it. Hanneman was tested by Macken, but not sufficiently to spill it. Here's Convey. Noticeable there that Convey and Little were ganging up down Reading's right. Try and give Emerson Boyce something to think about.
Some brilliant balls down this side. Fitzhall popping them into an area where the defenders are running towards their own byline. And this is as good as a corner, that's for sure, this throw-in from Fitz.
This time it's a short corner, if you like. Hughes looking back for Hall. That's the better of Kitson. Terrific footwork by Fitzhall. And everybody missed it.
Well, he was looking for Jonathan Macken. Don't know how he missed him.
Back in by Boyce. Sonko away bravely. Now Fitzhall again. Oh, we see more of those dancing feet. McAnuff looking to test Murty, but to no avail.
I don't think there's any doubt he's a better central defender than he is a right back, but he can also play out right back because he's got quality. He can drop the shoulder, go the other way. He's looking for Macken now. There's Macken, stood still, and he just hits the ball too hard. He just needs to take a little bit of pace off this, and it's a good chance for Macken, but skips it past him. followed his progress since he's been at Oldham with Ian Dowie. Then he went to Southampton. Ian Dowie then spent big money on him to bring him to Crystal Palace.
Sonko lost a glove in that challenge. It's a chilly night in southeast London. A little bit of a breeze gusting around Selhurst Park, but plenty out there to keep the generous crowd warm so far. No goals as yet though, but plenty of endeavour and skill from both teams, the informed sides in the Championship.
I think they'll both be happy with what they're seeing so far. It's an open game. They could be in front, they could be behind. Ian Dowie will think. Stevie Coppell will probably think exactly the same. We've had chances, they've had chances. Maybe we're a little bit too loose. But then again, so are they.
Ward looks long, too long in fact. That one will sail away and out of play. Ingemarsson. It's no surprise that Reading are so mean defensively. You look at the fact that the back four have started the last 15 league games together and only conceded 6 goals. Consistency has very much come with continuity for Steve Coppell's side. Harper battling well with Watson and getting Mr. Keppel's decision. Convey. It's a measure of the options that Steve Coppell has at Reading now. The fact he was able to make 7 changes from a side that saw off West Bromwich Albion midweek. And go back to what many would see as a first-choice lineup. Even the second string, though, good enough to see off Premiership opposition. Here's McAnuff. Helped on by Kitson. Thudding challenge with Ward and Doyle involved. Talked already about Reading's miserly defence, but Palace, particularly at home, don't give much away. Still in single figures, the number of goals that they've conceded here at Selhurst Park this campaign. This is Hughes. McAnuff. Hughes again, looking for Johnson. Hanneman again, forced into fine action. Now Mackham. Well blocked away by Sonko. Johnson took up a terrific position. His second duel, if you like, with the Reading goalkeeper, and the second time that Reading's #1 has come out on top.
I don't think Andy Johnson did anything wrong. I think it's just a brilliant save. It really is a good save. The ball round the corner from Michael Hughes here is just top class. Just look at this. Round the corner. Is he offside? Might well just been offside, but after that, he does everything that's possible, Andy Johnson. Low and hard, down towards the goalkeeper. That's a great save.
Hanneman looking for clean sheet number 19 this season. He's already showed why so few have scored against him. Sonko rose, and as keeper and defender left it to each other, Kitson was very close to getting the telling touch.
You can't let it bounce. That's the one thing you can't do, especially when centre forwards are around. You take charge of it. As you says, Hudson's so lucky to get away with this, because if it's just the slightest of touches rather than too much on it, that's past his goalkeeper. The goalkeeper can only stand and watch as Kitson makes the contact.
His scoring boots are red hot, 2 in his last outing, a 2-0 win against Coventry. At the other end, the encouraging sign for Crystal Palace is how Andy Johnson's found himself in space already in the first half of this first half.
The thing is, he's shown himself already, Andy Johnson, better than this level. Led into the top team in this division, and he's finding space all the time up there. He's not found the finish as yet, but don't give him any more chances because he'll punish you.
He still insists that the match sharpness he had last season, which saw him finish in the Premiership, is only second in the goal-scoring charts behind Thierry Henry, is still to return, but he has 3 goals in his last 4 games. Here's Macca now for Johnson.
Tell you what, don't stand still with this team. Do not stand still, because they're all thinking that he's waiting for treatment. Johnson, he's not. He's up, he's back, he's involved again. Sonko's only stood watching him. He reacts late on. He's very, very unlucky. Let's give credit to Nicky Shorey for covering there.
Sidwell. He's just clipped the former Arsenal trainee, Stephen Sidwell. It'll be a free kick to Reading. Yet again this week, Steve Coppell looking for players who came through the ranks at Arsenal to bolster his squad. John Hall signed from Stoke City, though he's injured and plays no part tonight. Glenn Little will settle for the throw. Convey. Just crowded out by the weight of Palace defensive numbers. Johnson wrestling with Harper. This time it's the captain who takes responsibility.
He's very clever, Johnson. He has this little habit when that ball's in the air of just giving the marker a little nudge. Takes his eye off the ball then and allows it to bounce, which just gives him an opportunity to try and get in.
To play on despite suspicions of handball against McAnuff. Mr. Kettle pulls things back.
Well, you're right, you look when you're at the top of the table. When you're at the bottom, you find yourself 2 goals down. When you're at the top, your goalkeeper pulls off some fantastic saves. Seems to go that way, you become invincible.
Hudson's header has only found Glenn Little. Good tracking back by McAnuff. It's halted Reading's progress for now. Murty. Sidwell. Glenn Little. Looking for Doyle. Sidwell wanted it cut back along the edge of the penalty area. Glenn Little. Beyond Boyce. And he's given the free kick in the corner.
He doesn't get anything on the ball, Emerson Boyce. Just watch. Glenn Little takes it past him. As the trailing leg catches him.
Taken quickly by Reading. Won by Hudson. This is Bobby Convey. Kitson's flick. Safety first by Ward.
Speak to a lot of the Reading players, I'll tell you, Kitson's got the lot. 2 great feet, good in the air. Good finisher, shows he's got the tricks in the bag as well.
This time Convey goes too close to Kirai. Palace look to break through McAnuff. Glenn Little withdrew his hand just in the nick of time there. Here comes Murty. Able to work it to Little though. Well, that's good, tenacious defending by Palace. It's given Selhurst Park a lift, and it's given Palace a platform to get forward. McAnuff just dithered too long, and that's why Reading have been so successful. Kitson, the striker, the top scorer, defending from the front. Little. Well, it's fair, but it's highly competitive.
He likes to tackle as well. James Harper. Does Kitson. Sidwell as well.
Doyle got the touch ahead of Hudson. Ward on hand to come across and cover. Sweep up the danger. Little. Here's Doyle. Return for Glenn Little. Karai kept his eye on it well.
Really athletic. Here's Karai. Doesn't miss too many crosses when he comes for them.
Had a little spell out of the side when Julian Speroni was preferred as #1 goalkeeper, but he's re-established his grip on the #1 shirt.
Well, he takes chances, you see, and he costs you the game at times. So you have to take him out until he's learned his lesson. Sub him back in until the next time.
On by Ward. Harper underneath that. So too Kitson. It's Reading who bring it down through Convey. Now Little. Trying to thread it through for Doyle's run. There's a double bill of Premiership Plus action for you this Saturday. Everton against Arsenal, 12:30. And then 5 o'clock you can see West Bromwich Albion against Sunderland. Channel 437 for that double bill. Here's Shorey. Now Bobby Convey. Plenty of blue and white in and around the Palace penalty area. Great ball by Shorey. And between them, Little and Kitson couldn't quite smuggle it in.
He's not quite at it tonight, Kitson, because I don't think he expected this to come back from Little. I think he thought Little's going to aim for goal. So when it does come back to him, he's not ready for it. Just watch. Just nothing. Just hits his knee. Done all season, his score. Some very, very good goals, not too many tap-ins. Showed a little bit there.
Here's Macken looking to add to his 2 goals since his move from Manchester City. These are 2 teams who are very much built on the team ethic. Although they have the key men. A team without stars or prima donnas, and 2 managers who realise the importance of teamwork and working for each other. Hall, Hughes. Halted by Harper, and it's a Reading free kick.
Well, he can't understand it, because he thinks James Harper lunged in the first place. It is 6 of one and half a dozen of the other. Just watch the lunge initially, they're both the same as each other. There's no victim in that one.
Hughes won't want to pick up a booking tonight. If he does, a suspension will follow. And it's a busy old spell of the season on the back of a hugely successful Christmas for Crystal Palace. They managed to ride the injuries they had and the suspensions over that time to keep the winning streak going. And they have double trip to Preston in the space of 3 days in the FA Cup and the league as well. The Championship fixtures coming thick and fast at a time where seasons are certainly shaped. Things go Reading's way, it could be as little as 4 more wins required by them to get automatic promotion. You won't hear Steve Coppell publicly, probably not privately either, certainly in front of his players, talk about that. They just want to keep on this astonishing run that they have created for themselves since that opening defeat. A surprise one against Plymouth. No one else has been able to beat them in the league since. Here's Hall. Macken and Johnson close in, but Sonko stands tall. Well, a real boost for Reading, the fact that he decided not to go to the African Nations Cup with Senegal, but to stay and fight for the Reading cause. Bobby Convey. Doyle will give chase. Still Doyle, looking for Kitson, but he can only touch over.
Said it before, you can't complain if you're a striker in this team, because even your teammates who you play alongside, as does Kitson and Doyle together, he's trying to provide an opportunity for him, just doesn't quite get there, this one, and no blame attached to Kitson on that ball.
That pair have combined, Kitson and Doyle, to get 29 goals this season in all competitions. That is why the £1 million man, hat-trick hero against West Bromwich Albion, Leroy Lita, still looks on from the bench. Here is Kitson. Trying to thread it through for Convey. Harper. A little over 10 minutes left on this first half. The better chances, you have to say, have come from Crystal Palace. Johnson, though, twice thwarted rather by the excellent Hanneman. Hughes. McAnuff. And Johnson. He's found some space when there didn't look to be any. And just when he was about to shoot, Sidwell slid in so importantly.
There was only 3 around him to begin with. Sidwell made it 4. That was the telling tackle.
Here come Reading now. It's Doyle. Kitson. No foul. The referee took a good look at it. And here come Crystal Palace. It's Hall. Macken wasn't quite aware, but McAnuff was. Reinforcements arrive in the box. Sonko blocks away. And there's space for Convey to try and exploit. Little tried an ambitious ball in the end to try and pick out Nicky Shorey. If he had, there would have been plenty of space for the fullback to run into. It wasn't to be. Watson, lovely ball for Andy Johnson. And again, it's Sonko in the right place at the right time.
It's good from the manager, Ian Dowie. Just thought about it, just keep dropping those balls in down that right-hand side and we'll have the runners there the first time they've got in.
Ball for Macken, looking for Johnson. And snapped over by Joby McAnuff.
He's a bit too casual with this. Just a bit too casual, Joby McAnuff. Maybe just go with it with a bit more devilment. Really just swings the leg onto it.
Been a fascinating first half between
Two of the sides who you would have expected to be up there, perhaps at the start of the season, more so Crystal Palace than Reading. But anyone who has seen Reading this season will tell you that it's no surprise when you watch them that they are in the position they're in. And Doyle took up a very promising position there.
I'll tell you what, well done Hudson, because it's initially, he bangs the ball against Doyle in the first place. He's out of the ball game at this moment in time. Just look at this, stretching, running, chasing, and intercepts brilliantly. Well done, Hudson.
His work is not done yet. It'll be Convey's corner. Good touch away by Fitzhall. McAnuff first on the scene. This is Macken. Now Soares. Another dip of the shoulder from Fitzhall. The fullback still able to go on and find Macken. His touch just deserted him at the crucial moment. Still alive though for the home side. Ward, and the ball just lofted into the corner. Johnson gives chase. Ingemarson, though, had the bounce on his side and was able to keep Johnson just where he wanted him.
I think you just might say at half-time, Steve Cobble, just be wary of that ball. Just make sure you drop off a little bit earlier, because you're trying to exploit the space just behind you.
Reading, the best team in the Championship, courtesy, quite simply, of having the best attack and the best defence. Crystal Palace's defence has been pretty watertight of late. 3 clean sheets in their last 5 games. In the first half, despite half chances for both teams, the defences have been on top. Lovely turn by Doyle. Shrouded out by Palace. Nicky Shorey. Kitson went for the flick and flicked it the wrong way. Doyle was to his right. It's going to be a fascinating second half, and indeed closing 5 minutes to this first half. You have to feel that Palace's need is the greater to keep their winning run going. Reading have this extraordinary run, just the one draw recently. Look back over recent league games, 12 wins in their last 13. It's astonishing consistency over a long period of time. Here's McAnuff. Now Macken. Still John Macken.
There's not much going to get past this goalkeeper tonight. Macken does really well. Ingemarson just takes a bit of pace off the ball when he comes there. Just hits him. Well done the keeper once again.
He has scored against Reading, but his last goal was for Preston nearly 6 years ago now, before he made the multi-million-pound move to Manchester City. Here's Harper. Doyle. Now Sidwell. The challenge from Hughes was effective enough to see it sky over the bar.
There's just not enough pace on it from Doyle, which allows Hughes to get back in it just as he rolls it back across towards him there. He's always going to be in competition with Hughes for it. Hard to control.
Kitson. Here's Johnson. Hughes. McAnuff. He was denied by Murty. As was Boyce by Little. Here's Johnson. A busy first half he's had up front. It's not over for him yet. Hughes. Back for Boyce. Intended for Maka. Wonderful improvisation by Hanneman.
I tell you what, he's improved so much, the goalkeeper, this lad. All or nothing on that situation. Ended up being all.
Here comes another one from Fitzhall. There's two men to get beyond. But he'll certainly have a go. His shirt was being pulled, but the initial foul was committed by Fitzhall.
6 or 1.5 a dozen, though, wasn't it? They're both having a little pull and a shove. Toss of a coin, that one.
The benefit of the doubt goes to the championship leaders. Macken. Plenty of work for McAnuff to do to get there ahead of Murty, something he's unable to do. Well, just as we suspected before the match, very, very little between these two informed sides. That will be the case, no doubt, throughout the second half. Still very much in the balance, and that means it's very much there for the taking.
George Gavin asked the question before kick-off. How many players of Reading side will get into Palace's side? I think you've seen they're both pretty even. The one man who stood out like a Belisha Beacon is Andy Johnson.
Here he is now. Still Johnson, blocked by Sidwell, and away by Ingemarson. Palace look to finish this first half with a flourish. It's Soares. Soares' cross, Macken now. Can he find the opening? Reading got a bit lucky. And it's cleared away. A free kick anyway in the melee inside the penalty area, but Palace pushing really hard.
Well, that's incredible how the referee can give a free kick in this situation. If you watch Graham Murty, his foot is higher than anybody else's. And it's actually a kung fu clearance.
It's been exciting, it's been eventful, but no goals in the first half, despite the best endeavours of one of the Championship's main marksmen, Andy Johnson, twice denied by one of the Championship's informed goalkeepers, Marcus Hanneman, who pulled off smart saves on more than one occasion. We still wait for goals at Selhurst Park. Half-time, Crystal Palace 0, Reading 0.
Two big heavyweights of the Championship slugging it out. We'll have the thoughts of John Solarco when you come back. Neither have landed the big punch as yet. Andy Johnson coming the closest. Watched by the England manager and his own manager. 0-0 half-time.
The Prem Plus season ticket, still only £30.
Would you believe it?
That's 23 games for less than £1.50 a game. Or tomorrow you can catch either Everton Arsenal or West Brom Sunderland for £7.
Incredible! Simply sensational! Oh, it's brilliant!
in association with Bet365. See channel 437 or call 08705 160 160.
If anyone here knows of any lawful reason why these two should not be married, speak now or forever hold your peace.
The new voice-controlled, brighter-coloured MP3 Ready Fiesta. Drop everything. Take a test drive today.
My shop, extended hours. My bank,
Try later.
early doors. My cinema, round the corner. My bank, carry on abroad. My cappuccino, thrown in. My branch number, thrown out.
There is another way. Phones answered 24/7, UK call centres only, and a direct line to your branch.
My bank, dumped. My account, switched.
Get 2 free DVDs, Footballers' Wives followed by World's Greatest Goals, free for every reader inside this weekend's Daily Star and Daily Star Sunday.
Doesn't matter how old you are. I mean, we all like a little rush now and again, don't we? I mean, I love taking the odd risk or two when my husband's at work and the kids are wherever they are. I mean, it's my time, and I'll put my neck on the line as much as I jolly well want.
Sky Vegas Live. Go to channel 272 for thrills.
Suffering with a cold or flu? Keep your Lemsip Max Strength capsules handy when you're out. Lemsip capsules, here to help.
I like winners, but I'm no gambler. That's why I like premium bonds. Now there's 2 £1 million prizes every month. Plus, there's still over 1 million other cash prizes. They're tax-free, no risk. You can always get your money back. I believe in them. That's why my fee for this ad is going to Great Ormond Street.
To buy premium bonds now, visit nsandi.com.
See? It pays to think lucky. Hop in.
Does my barm look big in this?
New Sanex XL uses half the gas, so it's kind to your skin, but still provides effective deodorant protection. New Sanex XL, it's a small revolution.
This is Dick losing his job. This is Dick getting even.
You want to rob Jack McAllister? It's got to go.
Fun with Dick and Jane.
Is it true that you pay your car insurance monthly?
What?
And you're not with Virgin Money?
No.
For that, you must pay.
Don't be punished for paying your car insurance monthly. Unlike some, Virgin Money offer great value insurance with no extra charge for paying monthly. Call free on 0800 051 4321.
Kinsale, Ireland. First discovered around 1232 by Henrik Johansson. And by 1240, he was ready for lunch. Around the same time, Rebecca and Martin from Liverpool discovered fresh air. And it was here in Kilkenny that Englishman Roger Harper first discovered traditional Irish music. Discover your very own Ireland at discoverireland.com.
Well, end-to-end stuff, Gary.
Cost me 12 grand this. What a beauty. I cannot lose.
Let's go back to the pitch.
Live football on Sunday. It's Chelsea against Charlton, 1 o'clock Sky Sports 1, and Manchester United against Liverpool, 3:30 Sky Sports 1. Here at Selhurst Park, two of the big boys, two of the hottest teams in the Championship, trading blows, but as yet, no goals in the first half. John Solarco has been watching it with us, and John, close, but no goals yet.
Yeah, it's been a terrific game, end-to-end, plenty of chances. It's just like that real quality, the conviction in the box to finish off. And with Sven here and Andy Johnson, one end. Kitson has been out of sorts, I think, and a little bit of quality on the finishing. I think Johnson and certainly Kitson could have a couple each, couldn't they?
Andy Johnson would have loved to have scored that one early on when he got clean through.
Oh, what a start this would have been. It's actually a Reading free kick. Murty dinks it in there, and they don't box it in. It's a good header. Ward clears it, and Hughes is onto it. Now, Shorey just tries to help this back into James Harper. Instead of turning, he plays a horrible ball back, Shorey. This is his pace, and his first touch is brilliant. He can do two things there. He can either take on Hanneman, because he makes himself big, and he's static, and with his pace, you're thinking either play or dink it. And he does neither, and he hits it straight to Hanneman, which is brilliant. And this is fantastic. This is all about Hughes' quality, his vision. It goes out to McAnuff. Boyce goes on the overlap. He comes inside. But you can see Hughes had a quick little look there. And say Johnson on the shoulder of Sonko, and that's a great chance. But again, Hanneman stands big. He stands strong. It's a tight angle, but Johnson can sneak this in. And it's not his strongest foot. Doesn't get the best of connections, but that is a magnificent save from Hanneman down to his left, and that's why he's only conceded 7 goals away from home.
Yeah, Sven doesn't make many appearances in the Championship, that's for sure, so AJ not very happy with missing those, but he's got a second half to come. Dave Kitson hasn't had the best of chances that AJ has had, but he certainly had half a chance here, didn't he?
Yeah, this is Sonko, brilliant header. Mark Hudson and Karai get it all wrong. No one really comes for the ball, and certainly Kitson, with those long telescopic legs of his, had a chance here. He gambles, just keeps going, and little bit of quality again. It was just a little flick, and he just gets too much on it. But that's unlucky. Confusion in defence, but certainly, again, you know, he's had a magnificent season, Kitson, but, you know, the ball isn't coming into him, and they're not getting those secondary attacks. I think Convey and Shorey have had some excellent passing moves down the left. There's not really been too much down the right. If anything, Little had a great run down the left when they sort of interchange well.
We've talked about natural-born goal scorers, but there's a natural-born wideman on the pitch as well, like yourself, who are getting good crosses in.
Yeah, well, certainly there's a lot of fullbacks doing well. I mean, this is sloppy defending, but Convey, he's been excellent, but it's that little bit of quality on the delivery across the 6-yard box. Again, Boyce, they're going for that near post. They're giving the defenders a chance to clear it. They're giving the goalkeepers a chance. You know, really, you want something pulled back with some quality or stood up to the far post for someone like Kitson. And, you know, the runs haven't been brilliant. You know, I think a lot of times Kitson's been standing. Now, if he was on the move, come out, either pull to the far post or make that run to the near post with some conviction and pace. And again, Glenn Little going here. He hits the first man, but it goes through. Oh, that's the one that goes through Kitson. Fresh air shot, and this is the little bits of quality that I was talking about. Again, fantastic ball from Shorey. Comes back from Little. Kitson wasn't ready. So it's marginal things, but I think Stevie Coppell will probably give him 20 minutes second half, and they look to get Lita on.
Enjoyed the first half so far. You get the feeling there will be goals in this match. Certainly the fans are hoping so. For which team? Can't tell you that. Half-time, 0-0 at Selhurst Park.
All that's left of this boy is a table full of bones.
When the victim can't speak, it's their bones that do the talking.
I'll take you down to FBI headquarters.
He'll do it. He doesn't like you.
Bones, Thursday at 10 on Sky One.
There's a number and a website for low-price car insurance. It's the place that gives you low prices on all your shopping. And if you apply online, you'll save an extra 10%. So, for low-price car insurance, pocket the difference. Ad Asta.
You can still save in the big B&Q sale. Bring us any written bathroom or kitchen quote from a national retailer, and quite simply, we'll beat it. Don't miss out.
Looks pretty clean, doesn't she? But have a look down here. Plaque builds up on teeth just the same. Brushing is important, but it doesn't complete the job. Listerine, morning and night, reduces plaque build-up by up to 56% over brushing alone. It's dynamite against plaque. You know your mouth's clean with Listerine.
And now, the competition you've all been waiting for, hand-to-hand combat. Your wildest dreams come true in Dead or Alive 4. Take on local talent and take on the world with Xbox Live. It's a feast for the eyes. Dead or Alive 4, fighting for global peace, one kick at a time.
Up to a £5,000 golden hello. And you get to hang out with Kareem. Use your head. Teach.
Identity theft is Britain's fastest growing crime. Capital One's no-hassle Platinum card offers free identity theft assistance, which helps recover your identity should it happen to you. Free identity theft assistance and low rates that stay low. Apply now at capitalone.co.uk.
What's in your wallet?
Now back on the Pound Saver menu, the bacon cheeseburger. All you need is 99p.
I'm loving it.
So, Hutch, do you got any more questions?
Yeah, well, sure. We could. What's your sign?
Ben Stiller, Owen Wilson. No! Starsky and Hutch, tomorrow at 8 and 9 on Sky Movies.
Any predictions, Gary?
Yeah, here we go. Lots of predictions, plenty.
And they are?
I think it's probably in the wrong setting.
Right.
Switch this off.
Live football on Saturday. It's Everton against Arsenal, 12:30 on Prem Plus, and West Bromwich Albion against Sunderland, 5 o'clock on Prem Plus. For more details of those pay-per-view games, channel 437. That's 08705 160 160. Half-time, and the Palace Crystals are in sparkling form. But no goals so far. It's Crystal Palace 0, Reading 0. Only two teams, Watford and Southampton, have stopped Reading scoring so far this season. And John Solarco, do you expect a result in the second half?
I certainly think there will be a result. It's a very open game, plenty of chances. I can't see the second half being any different. They're both playing excellent football, knocking it around this end-to-end, and they're quite happy to create chances. And when you've got people of Andrew Johnson's quality, and certainly Kitson, we've got Morrison and Friedman on the bench who can come on. You've got Lita to come on for Reading, but certainly, you know, they're a confident side. But Palace, the only sort of Palace to take the game to Reading and try and win this game.
OK, back to our commentators. It's Chris Kamara and Bill Leslie.
The last time that we saw Reading in front of the Sky cameras was the last game of 2005. Twice they trailed to Derby County. Twice they came back to draw the game. That's the only blemish on an otherwise perfect winning record over the last 13 games. They have shown that even when they aren't on song, when things aren't going all their way, but they still have the steel within the side to trouble anyone in this division. Well, Ian Dowie and his boys will be looking to at least treble Reading in this second half, and they certainly have the ammunition to do that. The first half was a stalemate, a few clear-cut chances. Both these teams know that this match is there for the taking if they can start taking the chances. On the positive side for Crystal Palace, they've won all 9 games in which they have kept a clean sheet this season. That's the best record in the Championship. History would say that if they can keep the Championship pace setters at bay for this second 45, and they will go on and claim a valuable 3 points, which would see them jump up a place in the Championship table. That's certainly their aim in this second half here. No changes in terms of personnel at half-time, as you were in that respect. Twice before tonight, Steve Coppell had brought a side back here to Selhurst Park since he left his final spell as Crystal Palace manager. Still yet to taste that winning feeling. He was here a couple of seasons ago with Reading. That ended in a 2-2 draw, and then disastrously with Brighton. He was beaten by 5-0. Can he complete the set and get the win here, I wonder?
It's quite often you watch the game, first 45 in the stand, come down and watch it at the level for the second half, but you've already got your points over at half-time because you can do no more.
McAnuff's cross turned out to be a teaser. Sidwell recovered well for Reading. Shorey. No-nonsense clearance from Darren Ward, a summer acquisition from Millwall. Here's Ben Watson. Incidentally, along with Michael Hughes, he's one of 2 Palace players who would pick up a suspension if booked tonight. It's a good move by Crystal Palace, just thwarted in the end at the final hurdle.
Great challenge from Ingebrigtsen. Had to be a good one as well, otherwise Watson was in. What's a brilliant challenge this is, because all Andy Johnson does is turn it round the corner for Watson.
Doyle. This is Sidwell. And it has been quite a season for Kevin Doyle. £70,000 is all he cost Reading, and he is among the Reading players to really set this division alight. Little now. Looking for Sidwell, who's made a good run forward. Watson didn't get as much on it as he would probably have wanted. Convey. Kitson. Ward stood up well.
They haven't started as well as they did in the first half, just for Palace. Reading looked more comfortable in the second half.
It's a Reading side that know their job so well. There's been luck, which is always required, of course, if you are to get a consistent run together, but luck overall with serious injuries. Leroy Lita is the only one who's really sat out for any long period of time.
Good spot by the assistant. Very good spot. Handball by Andy Johnson. He's not on that assistant's side, so he does well to see it. There's the left arm, cushions it.
Here comes Kitson. Just overran it. Maybe it is just one of those nights for Dave Kitson. Maybe it won't be too long before we see Leroy Lita.
Well, when he's been fit, been an automatic choice. Leroy Lita now just banging on that door and just manager Steve Coppell had thought, maybe not yet. He might be thinking, well, keep him going because he scored goals out of nothing for us before. No need to make a hasty change.
And what a goal it was he scored against Palace earlier on this season with that overhead. Convey denied. Both sides have worked really hard in defence to gang up on any attacking threat. Shorey well pressurised by Watson. And on by Fitzhall. Mackan. Now Andy Johnson. McAnuff comes to join the party. McAnuff's shot deflected, but into the path of Hanneman.
That's easy for Hanneman this time. It's not too difficult for him. The deflection didn't make any difference to the shot. He kept it in the same direction. That's why it didn't become a problem.
This is Doyle for Reading. McAnuff back in defensive mode now. Convey's done well to battle back for Reading. Sidwell, here's Glenn Little. Oh, terrific touch over from Gabor Kirai. Little thought he'd done enough.
Well, I think he should have hit it first time. When Sidwell pops his ball off to him, he's just striding onto it. Just strike it there, but he has the touch, has a second touch. The goalkeeper then puts himself in a good position. It's never going to get past him from that angle. Maybe low and hard it would have done, but not in the air.
The centre-halves are up for Reading. And Marson won the header. Did his best to direct it on target, but it wasn't to be.
Playing a little bit more like the away side. Crystal Palace now, and it's Reading. We're trying to take charge. Dowie will want to avoid that.
Palace come into this one knowing that if Reading avoid defeat today, they will set a record of the most unbeaten games in the second tier of English football in a single season. That'll beat Liverpool's record of 28 games, which was in the old Division 2 back in the 1890s. This is a Reading side that is rewriting club and indeed country football history.
I've got to give Bobby Williamson, the Plymouth manager, bags and bags of credit. I know the club sacked him, but mastermind a victory against the best team in the Championship. That's very well done. And at the Madejski Stadium as well.
Reading still, of course, unbeaten away and very mean defensively. Sonko, though, forced to concede a corner. That's given the Palace faithful something to cheer. Darren Ward and Mark Hudson are forward. Ward has had a habit of scoring goals recently. 3 in his last 5 games. Can he add another here? Hudson's header, and that was a terrific chance.
Hudson's got to score. The one thing he does wrong, because the run, the leap and everything is perfect, he doesn't turn his head. Look, his head is in exactly the same direction as the ball's coming. He's just got to, on contact there, just turn it towards the goal. And he scores. He knows it. He knows it. It's a great opportunity.
He's only scored once for Crystal Palace. It should have been 2. Little. The second half starting in a similar vein to the first.
The importance of set plays. When you get them, when you get the opportunities, you've got to take them, and quite often we're seeing sides doing that.
Convey.
It's a long way out. It's not going to trouble the goalkeeper, but have a go. Just give the opposition something to think about. Kirai's got it covered. Not on target. Maybe a deflection would have helped it.
Johnson. Sonko got a little lucky. Shorey completes the clearance. Doyle wasn't ready for that. Ingemarson. Johnson first on the scene. Palace throw. And we know what that means with Fitzhall in and around. The option is there to launch it and launch it long. Up comes Darren Ward. And in comes the giant throw. Ward was the target. Sonko did enough. Corner kick, Crystal Palace.
Well, he doesn't mind where they go, Sonko, as long as he gets something on the end of them, and he does that more often than not.
atmosphere in Selhurst Park just goes up a notch. Watson's delivery, it's a good one. Convey clears.
It's another great chance. Fits all this time. Not prepared to put his head on it.
Murty. No way out for Reading that time. This is Hughes. Hudson now. Palace will try down their right. Fitzhall. Soars. Certainly appeared to pull back at Steve Sidwell there. Tom Soars, and the free kick duly follows.
Well, he read it, Stephen Sidwell. Read the touch from Tom Soars, who's going to nick it away from him and then commit a challenge once again. Not too much in it, not too nasty.
Great battles all over the field. Sidwell involved in the thick of things, Soars as well. Watson, this is Convey now. Complete miss kick, but it's come for Harper.
Thierry Henry did one of those brilliant tricks at Highbury at the weekend where you pretend you're going to shoot and you pass it. I don't think that was quite the same. Wasn't meant this time. Thierry Henry's was meant.
It would take a lot of convincing for Bobby Convey to say he meant that. It's tight, it's tense, there's nothing between these two informed sides in the Championship. Palace 5 wins in their last 5. Reading unbeaten since day one. 0-0, 3 minutes before the hour mark. This is Macken.
It's just become a little bit scrappy, if anything.
Purposeful run by Soars sees Palace awarded with another corner.
Well, they're having problems. Ward, Hudson, Fitzhall. Sonko seems to be the main attacker of the ball for Reading. If you bypass him, you've got a chance.
Watson again flies in, Hudson got the touch. The third corner in relatively quick succession from the same side for Crystal Palace. And they still haven't been able to profit from it. There's little for Reading, looking for Doyle, and finding him. Kept in by Glenn Little. Boyce defends well, but it's come to Murty. Lovely ball in for Harper. Hudson again with a fine saving challenge.
Yeah, great challenge. Lovely little ball. To James Harper. Graham Murty.
So Crystal Palace unable to profit from their succession of corner kicks. Now it's Reading's turn.
You always look at the goalkeeper starting position for Crystal Palace in these situations. Stands at the far post. I always think about whipping that ball into the near.
Made by Hudson. Back from where it came initially, Glenn Little. Touched on by Boyce, over everyone. Convey now. Here's Nicky Shorey. Harper. Reading just trying to step it up a little bit. And Harper was pulled back by Watson.
Well, James Harper just getting pulled all along by Watson. He tried to play the advantage of the referee.
Harper's not happy. He felt there was a premeditated edge to Watson's behaviour. He's got the free kick. Kitson the target, but Hudson again the preventer. Now Doyle. Another free kick and Gamarson foul. Watson once again the man penalised as well.
Well, he can't do much about that, Darren Ward, and he's explaining that to the referee. Once the flick goes on in front of him, just watch, it's an attempt for the ball, but the flick on beats him. Eyes are on the ball, he's up, he's challenging.
This is the first time this evening that either side have had a free kick in range. We know what Steve Sidwell can do from here. 6 goals already for Reading this season. It's Sidwell. The wall did its job.
The goalkeeper gets very low. Just look at him, he's low. He wants to see the ball. He doesn't want to see bodies in front of him. He wants to be able to see the ball.
Murty has found little, as well to keep his feet. And back to the captain. This is a good spell for Reading. Murty's cross. Doyle! Oh, Kirai! Wonderful save.
Well, it's a wonderful header. As I said before, when you're in this situation, you have to put something on the header. And he does that, Doyle. It's absolutely brilliant. It's one of those saves that the goalkeepers love. The diving across, full stretch, fingertips away.
After a good little spell by Crystal Palace, Reading have come back at them. They have another corner.
Well, it is the in-swinger now because of the goalkeeper's start position. Whip it into that near post. It's easy, that's where he stands at that far post. Made it easy for him.
Kirai looks straight away to feed Andy Johnson. Mackham with the follow-up. Cut out by Murty. He knew exactly what Crystal Palace were trying to do, and that was to feed their main man. Mackham looking for the flick. Here's Andy Johnson. Hanneman saves again. For the 3rd time tonight, Andy Johnson is denied.
Well, he had a big decision because it's selection, but because the ball bounces as high as it does and he doesn't control it initially, the only thing he can do is pop his head on it. Just look, that's it, just drop it past the goalkeeper. But he's alert tonight, Hanneman, and very, very good in his positioning. The thing he wanted it to happen with the ball there. Johnson was that first touch, was to take it with him, stick to his feet, but that bounce just did him.
Dave Kitson has just been across having a word with the bench, and as a direct result of that, the midweek hat-trick hero Leroy Lita is preparing to come on. Not the way that Kitson would want to end his evening, going off with injury, but a more than adequate replacement.
Yeah, you're dead right, and it's not been his night tonight. Seen him on 4 occasions this season. He's been outstanding.
The Championship top scorer is in some trouble. He's missed games recently because of hamstring problems. Whether it's a recurrence of that, I'm not sure. Good sign to see him up and able to walk off, but he will play no further part.
Well, I'd say that's his hamstring again. If this is the injury they had early on in the season, he's probably aggravated it because there's nothing else it possibly could be. He hasn't done anything else that we've seen, hasn't overstretched.
The end of Kitson signals the start of Leroy Lita's evening.
What a good sub to bring on. Leroy Lita was a good player at Bristol City, but has matured into a very good player since he come to Reading.
This is Glenn Little, back for Murty. Sidwell looking for Lita. Hudson knew exactly where he was, though. Well, Reading had a little bit of momentum building up just before that injury to Dave Kitson. They'll look to pick up where they left off in that respect. Here's Sonko. Johnson was a menacing presence again. Boyce. This is Hughes. Johnson. Followed a long way by Ibrahima Sonko. Turned out to be the right decision by the big Senegalese defender. The offside flag goes up. Approaching the halfway point of the second half. How long before Ian Dowie decides to make a change, or to at least try and force the issue a little bit? He still harbours hopes of automatic promotion, if that is to be the case. Here's Sidwell, able to catch his volley properly, but if that is to be the case for Crystal Palace, wins are the only way of closing the gap on Sheffield United, you would think. There's the problem for Dave Kitson. It is the hamstring once more.
That's why I'll be gutted. It's the only thing you don't want to happen. You don't mind a fresh injury because it's something that can be dealt with, but a reoccurrence of something you've done before, you know there's a weakness there.
Murty and Glenn Little. The decision goes Palace's way here. Little bounces the ball down. Could have been a costly one. Suspension will follow for him if he takes up a caution tonight. On another day, he might well have done for that.
Thank God Mr. Kettle didn't do it, though. I mean, it's really something in nothing, isn't it? When you see some of the referees not using common sense and just ignoring it, pretend they didn't see it. That's the best thing to do at times. Unless it's in their faces, it's no problem.
Emerson Boyce. Sidwell does a good shielding job again for Reading. Here's Hudson. He's had a strong evening at centre-half for Crystal Palace. Still no Tony Popovic for the Eagles. He's on his way back from injury. Shorey now, immediately looking to feed Leroy Lita.
He takes up great positions, the goalkeeper, as a sweeper. He's always on the edge of his box.
Sidwell. Ward with a very important touch because Lita was waiting. Now Nicky Shorey. The tenacity of Mackin pays off here. Equally so for Harper. Challenges flying, and the referee brings proceedings to a halt just as things come to the boil in front of Mr. Kettle.
It's getting a bit tricky in there, isn't it? And it's very scrappy at the moment. No, but they're all committed. There's nothing malicious about them. Everybody's going for the ball.
The net result is a Reading free kick. Just over 20 minutes remain. The deadlock yet to be broken in southeast London.
Dowie's got to be thinking Clinton Morrison, maybe to replace that fella there, just miscontrolled it, Jonathan Mackin. Because you can't take Andy Johnson off, that's for sure.
Doyle. Oh, Doyle. He saw the gap, went for goal, but only found Kirai well positioned.
He's having a shake of the head at his defenders there. There's three of his round him and he allowed him to get the shot in.
Ward. That's not the sort of pass that Andrew Johnson will thrive on. He'd like it a little bit more to feet, you'd suspect.
Well, if they start playing in midfield either side now, they could win it. But it is scrappy. It's 3-4 passes maximum we get. Maybe get a little passage of play. That could be the telling moment in the game.
The key fact is that there are players out there who can win this game, score the all-important goal in the flash of an eye. Here's Little. And Crystal Palace, more so than many clubs, find that former players come back to haunt them. And if it's going to be Glenn Little who'll supply the telling touch tonight. Watson, closed by Harper.
This is a situation now where the teams in the Premiership look down in the Championship and they think, is that what we've got coming up, this type of quality? But we all know it doesn't happen that way.
Doyle. Now, was there contact by Hudson? The referee says no. It was right under the nose of his assistant.
Well, there has to be contact. Why would he go down? He's in possession of the ball. He's away from the defender. It has to be. Assistant maybe too close. Let's give him that.
It's getting to that point of the game where the managers need to decide whether they're going to be happy with a point, whether they're going to try and force the issue. Palace's need is surely the greater.
You're right, that's why I can see Clinton Morrison coming on. They need a spark at the moment, Palace. There isn't one there. As far as Reading are concerned, it's another point on their way to the Premiership. As far as this fella's concerned, can't afford to lag two behind. He still thinks automatic promotion is still there.
Convey's cross. Ward well positioned. Here's Johnson. Only two sides in the Championship have kept Reading at bay. The offside flag is up against Johnson now.
Well, the skipper's looking along the line. Graham Murty, he can see that Johnson's offside. Just watch the arm go up. There you go. Well done, the assistant on the far side.
He probably knows in his heart of heart that he was in an offside position.
I feel sorry for him at the moment. Bit of frustration. There's no quality balls going into him. He's having to chase and scrap for bits and pieces and balls that are just so far in the air, it's impossible to get. Well, that's the way the game's gone.
Murty wants some movement further down the touchline from his position. He gets it from Doyle. Glance on for Lita. Good strength from Leroy Lita, just behind Bobby Convey. Here comes Shorey to help out. Terrific run. Lita is the target. Away by the captain Hughes. Convey again with time to look to pick out Lita. And Hudson again does his job manfully. McAnuff now. John Macken. Sold Hughes a little bit short there. The captain's done well to find Boyce. Now Watson. Hughes for Watson again. Johnson. It's broke down for Crystal Palace, and Hughes now may well get that booking, which will lead to his suspension.
Well, you take a yellow card in this situation if you're Michael Hughes, because you know that Little's away now. Simple as that. There's 2v3 after that. No, I'll take a yellow. That's what he was thinking.
It's an FA Cup rest for him next weekend against Preston.
The manager would be disappointed to lose him, but he'd have been even more disappointed if that had led to a goal when Little was through.
We're into the last 15 minutes now. Reading have committed bodies forward for this free kick. Hudson's header. Convey came off an arm. Premiership double up and coming this Super Sunday. Chelsea against Charlton is first up. Sky Sports 1 from 1 o'clock. And then to follow, Manchester United against Liverpool. It's live from Old Trafford, Sunday 3:30, also on Sky Sports 1. Nicky Shorey.
You tend to forget at times that there's so much at stake for these sides. Maybe Reading quite happy with the point, but for Palace, probably don't want to lose as well, as much as they'd like to win.
Fitzhall. It's got beyond Convey. Glanced on by Macken. It's Glenn Little who's back that. Macken again. And able to keep it in. Appeals for handball against Ingemarson. Corner is the decision.
It's handball. That is incredible. That's handball. Ingemarson sticks out his left arm when Jonathan Macken knocks his ball across. Just watch. There you go. Arms in the air. We're 75 yards away. That is, well, the assistant is just looking along the line. That's incredible. The arms are up to protect himself, but they also stop the ball.
Away by Doyle. Palace had the kick, but not the kick of the variety they wanted. Came from the corner rather than the penalty spot. Here's Johnson. Out comes Hanneman now. Is that a penalty? Yes! Denied first time Crystal Palace, but not the second. It's a penalty kick.
Well, this is one of those. It's incredible, really, because it's one of those, because of that situation that's just happened. That's the reason why he's given what he does. Andy Johnson, he just knows he has to get anything at all on this ball. The ball's not going anywhere at all, so when he gets to it, the ball's now irrelevant. That's where the goalkeeper should stop, but he doesn't. He follows through Marcus Hanneman, and Mr. Kettle on the back of the first handball says penalty, and he's quite right.
28 games it has been since Reading have tasted defeat. If Andy Johnson is able to convert this one, then they will have little over 10 minutes to preserve that long, long unbeaten record. Andy Johnson denied so many times tonight by Marcus Hanneman. But not denied this time. A perfect penalty. And Andy Johnson gives Crystal Palace the lead.
Well, it's a brilliant penalty. The goalkeeper goes the right way, but not in a million years is he going to save it. Just look at the power that goes with the strike as well. Absolutely perfect. Well, he's been booked for his celebrations, which we find quite hard to take. Didn't follow his run. I don't know exactly where he went, but I don't look to have gone too far, if that's as far as it goes.
Goal number 11 this season for Andy Johnson. His fourth in his last 5 games. And that is the 5th consecutive game that he has scored against Reading. What a finish we have in prospect now. mentioned earlier, that test, the last real significant test that Reading had against Derby County when they were a goal down going into the closing stages. They responded then. Can they respond now? Lita Harper! Oh, what a response! James Harper blasts Reading back on level terms.
What a goal! What a goal! Absolutely magnificent. This is why they are top of the table. The movement, the passing, everything together. This is the first time in the game we've seen 3-4 decent passes. Little into Lita. Look at that for a touch. He takes it in his stride, Harper, and doesn't he thump it? 1, 2, 3 steps and it's away. Bang! Goalkeeper, absolutely no chance. It whistles past him. Look at that for a strike. Great goal.
James Harper with the most emphatic of emphatic finishes. And it didn't last long, did it? Just a couple of minutes and Reading have restored parity.
They just stepped up a gear. Let's hope that the game stays up in the same gear till the end now.
Every time this season, questions have been asked of Reading since that day one defeat at home against Plymouth. Steve Coppell's side have come up with the answers.
Well, you're most vulnerable. Having just scored a goal, people don't believe it. They say, how can you be your most vulnerable having just scored? It's because you relax, you just switch off. Minute and 40 seconds after scoring, they find themselves level.
This is a free kick for Crystal Palace in front of the Reading fans that Andy Johnson ran towards to celebrate his goal. That's why he picked up the booking. Johnson the target there, Hughes, Sonko away.
Good strike. Good stop from Sonko as well. Right place once again.
It's funny, isn't it, in the final 10 minutes, the game develops into the contest which we always knew it could be. Giant up and under by Fitzhall. Hudson underneath it. More appeals for handball. The blur of activity that's followed the first penalty appeal, you almost forget that Palace were denied a penalty before they actually got theirs. And before Reading came back and equalised in such sensational style. McAnuff. Macken, back to McAnuff. Great work by Palace. Can they find the end product? McAnuff again. The cut back. Watson saw it block Johnson. How did that stay out? And the follow-up from Soares is saved by Hanneman.
I tell you what, the goalkeeper's had an absolute worldie. He's been magnificent tonight, and Andy Johnson must just wonder, how on earth have I not scored here? Look at that, it comes straight out to him. Look at the goalkeeper's determination. He doesn't stay on the ground either. He gets himself, picks himself back up, and the next strike that comes in, he's alert, he's up, and he saves it once again. Well played, the goalkeeper.
Here come Reading now, it's end-to-end stuff. Leroy Lita behind by Ward, corner kick Reading.
Well, it's taken a while to kick off in this second half, but has it kicked off? He's been magnificent, really, really has. Here's the difference between winning, drawing and losing for Reading in this game. Whatever happens at the end, he certainly made sure at this moment in time they're not losing.
Glenn Little's cross. Sonko. It was he who got the winner in the 3-2 in between these two earlier on this season, but not this time there.
That's another decent ball in, but don't know what the flag was for there.
McAnuff Appeared to be a hand in there. Little certainly appeals for it. Murty. Deft touch beyond the on-rushing Hughes. Oh, Reading content to consolidate. Harper. Soars. Here's Convey now. Sidwell. Lita. Been some terrific performances out there. And Sidwell, fully energetic all night. Hudson has stood out at the back as well for Crystal Palace. Here comes Glenn Little. Sidwell leaves McAnuff on the deck. Hughes.
Well, both sides are beginning to play now. Ball on the ground, try and get passes in, move forward. That's what they've been doing against lesser opposition, so against each other. Why not try it, see if it works? It certainly made the game a better game.
The last home defeat for Crystal Palace came back at the start of November to another top two side, Sheffield United. It was in that game that Palace played some of their most attractive attacking football of the season. They ended up on the losing side, and since then there's been a certain consolidation in style. Don't give away too many goals and use the quality you have up front to score them. Here comes Leroy Lita. He's got the better of Hudson, but just stumbled. No foul, says the referee.
Well, is that not dangerous play? Hudson's boot up around the head of Lita. To be fair to Lita, he didn't complain.
Hughes. Back for the Palace captain, soars. Read by Sonko. The possession squandered. Here's Emerson Boyce. Watson. Johnson. Goes for the curler. Here comes Bobby Convey. Free kick. As Fitzhall got in the way.
Well, let's have a look. Was it dangerous play? Did he get knocked over? I thought he was almost in. Oh, look at that ball, the foot from Hudson up round his head. It's got to be dangerous play.
Foot resting on his shoulder, but the referee saw nothing in it. Little. Shorey, corner kick Reading. Glenn Little. Back for Nicky Shorey. It's deflected away for another Reading corner. Here's Bobby Convey, teed up. Good strike, just wide though. Hanneman's come a long way out here. Made sure he got it. That one's yours. Very close to Chris Kamara.
Missed it as usual. Well, he's improved. Quite unbelievable, really, from his Fulham days.
Hughes. Sidwell gives chase. Recovers the possession that he squandered. Harper, the scorer of the equaliser, looks to set up what would be the winner. Convey. Lita. Doyle was waiting, but Hudson was well positioned.
I couldn't turn his foot quick enough. It's a great ball in from Lita. Wonderful play, keeping that ball on the ground. That's been the key in this later stages, and he fires that in. Hard to deal with for Doyle.
We're into 2 minutes added on. 2 minutes to decide what has been an enthralling game throughout, but has really come to the boil in the closing 10 minutes. The penalty, the resulting goal from Johnson is booking. Then the wonderful response from Steve Coppell's side, the thunderous finish from Harper. Tom Saws, Mackham. Riandawi says he'd love to have a legacy at this club, which compares favourably with that of Steve Coppell. One promotion already for Riandawi. He believes that they can get another one. This is a setback in terms of the winning run. The 5 consecutive league wins that Palace have managed to string together. And when you consider they're up against the side of the Championship this season, not a bad result all in all, should it stay like this for the remaining 30 seconds. Last throws of the dice. It's Mackham. Sidwell. And that's that. Honours even between managers Palace present and Palace past. The unbeaten run for Steve Coppell's Reading takes them into the record book, the longest ever unbeaten run in the second tier of English football in a single season. It looked under threat though when Andy Johnson's penalty kick beat the exceptional Marcus Hanneman. Mutual respect between goalkeeper and striker, but what a response by Reading, who showed why they are the class act in this division. James Harper's 4th goal of the season, ensuring that it finishes Crystal Palace 1, Reading 1.
Thoroughly entertaining match, 1-1 at the finish. And more live football coming up for you. This is the table as it stands at the moment, with Reading on top on 73 points and Crystal Palace in 5th on 48 points. Missed a chance to go 4th tonight, Crystal Palace. And those games coming up look like this. Tomorrow it's Everton against Arsenal, 12:30, and West Bromwich Albion against Sunderland, 5 o'clock, both on Prem Plus. Channel 437 for more details, 08705 160 160. And on Sunday, it's Chelsea against Charlton, 1 o'clock on Sky Sports 1. Manchester United against Liverpool, 3:30, also Sky Sports 1. The views of John Solarco coming right up, and we'll talk to the people involved in that game. It was entertaining, it was close. Andrew Johnson and James Harper, the goal scorers, 1-1 at Selhurst Park.
February on Sky Sports. Live cricket.
Oh, magnificent! Absolutely brilliant!
The Davis Cup first round in Rotterdam.
Just perfect.
European golf.
What a bonus.
The US Tour plus Accenture Match Play. And the Guinness Premiership and Super 14s. Enjoy the ride.
The Mazda 6 range, now